Good morning, Christine Regan Lake here. Hope all is well. So today, I want to share with you some information regarding sexual shame. So I've been a healer for 10 years, and I have worked with clients, men, women, of every different background, who have experienced you know every multitude of everything you can imagine. I've worked with victims of gang rape, sexual assault, sexual addiction, things like that. And so sexual shame is a big one, and the challenge is that it covers such a broad range of subjects. So when you think of sexual shame, what does that encompass? Well, it encompasses so many things. So it could be the sexual shame around a sexual trauma that you had, a sexual assault. I don't know how many people know some of the stats, but 1 out of every 6 women has either had an attempted or completed rape. And of those 1 out of every 6, 14.8 are completed rapes, and another 2.8 are actually attempted rapes. And for men don't escape this either. 1 out of every 33 men has either been a victim of an attempted or completed rape as well. So sexual shame goes the gamut for both men and women. Now, that's just when we're talking about sexual shame that comes from an actual like violent assault, but there's other kind of sexual shame as well that people struggle with, that can be putting up huge obstacles in their love life, in their sex life, and being able to fully release and reach a place of feeling completely safe to, let down their guard in every way, shape, or form and be completely free to express themselves sexually. So what is another kind of sexual shame? Well, other sexual shame can come from experiences you've had in your childhood based upon your religious beliefs. If you've had situations where, you grew up in a very strict, religious household that had very, very strong beliefs around sex, beliefs around what is and isn't appropriate, what is good sex, what is bad sex, things like that. That can cause a lot of problems. That can stifle your ability to be able to truly ask for what you want in your sex life with your partner. Um, those other things too is that when you have a lot of sexual shame tends to cause people to repress stuff. And whenever we repress or suppress anything, it's never good, because whatever is suppressed and repressed, essentially look at it as like something that's like festering and getting infected. So when you have a lot of sexual shame that has been repressed, what can happen as a symptom is it can trigger actually kind of like deviant sexual stuff, where you start acting out, and you start having like starting to do things that really go against your grain or what you really want to be doing, but you're like, it's kind of like an overreaction to suppressing what you genuinely felt for so long or were curious about or wanted to do. Another form of sexual shame is around body image, self esteem issues with regard to your physical body. We live in a very superficial world, where media of every type, movies, magazines, video games, show these idealized versions of men and women, and that if you don't have the perfect body, it can be very humiliating to be naked in front of someone that you love and or want to have sex with. You may or may not love them, right? But just the simple act of trying to get naked in front of someone to have sex can cause massive anxiety, worries, fear, panic attacks. And if you have bodily functions that don't work right, so you can have emotional trauma where you may have had either a sexual assault or a sexually humiliating experience, and that emotional trauma in the body that is stuck in the body is actually causing a block that now causes you, maybe as a woman you can't orgasm, or a man you can't get an erection. Emotional trauma absolutely 100% can be a causal point of your sexual challenges in terms of issues with regarding being able to get an erection or being able to have an orgasm. So things like this, all of these issues contribute on a, as a collective on influencing our ability to have a fulfilling and sustainable sex life with someone that we love, because it can be incredibly hard to overcome these huge hurdles. And shame is like one of the lowest vibrating emotions that you can experience. And it becomes very, very, and the kind of the longer you hold it and the longer you repress it, the harder it gets to be able to climb over this huge mountain of shame that you're living with. And that mountain of shame is absolutely robbing you of having a rich, lush, beautiful, succulent, enjoyable, soul fulfilling sex life that you totally deserve. So, it's about becoming aware of this. And I know it can be incredibly scary to try to address this stuff. People who have experienced, I've had clients who've experienced the trauma of sexual rejection, of being in a sexual relationship. The shame and the humiliation that comes with being in a sexless relationship can be devastating to the soul, and it can be so terrifying. And it's almost easier for some of my clients to say, I'm just giving up on love, I'm giving up on sex, I can't go there. Like, the trauma is so deep in their nervous system, and the pain and the anguish that they have felt from going through these experiences that were shame inducing or humiliation inducing. Shame and humiliation are incredibly heavy burdens to carry in your emotional body. And the thing is, if you want to give yourself the gift, if you want to embrace the self-love of taking the action to say, you know what, I know there's been some bad crap in the past, and maybe the past has been pretty ugly, but your present and your future is up to you. You can't change the past. You can't control what happened in the past. It's over. The past is in the garbage. But from this moment and this moment forward into your future, you absolutely have command of your life, and you have the ability to take steps to heal those wounds and those traumas that caused that sexual shame, that caused that sexual humiliation, that is causing this block for you, that is keeping you from being able to have, the level of love and joy and sex and fulfilling sex, soulful sex that you wish to have in your life. So how do you do it? Well, it's about going in and releasing the anchors in your body and your nervous system that have anchored these experiences into your body. As an energy healer, I specialize. I think, did I say it in the beginning? I don't even remember. So I specialize in helping people to release the anchors of those traumas and memories and experiences in their life, to release the anchor, to release that shame, that emotional resonance of shame and humiliation and guilt that is stuck in their body, and that is keeping this kind of invisible wall in front of them from where they are and where they want to be in their love life and in their sex life. So if this is something that you struggle with, it is absolutely something that I help my clients to overcome and to heal. And it is some of the most important work that I do, because, love and sex are two of the greatest gifts that we were given by God on this planet to experience. And when we have shame and guilt that is stuck in our body, that is like an invisible cement wall that is keeping you from experiencing the love that you crave and the juicy, vibrant sex life that you deserve. And that you desire, right? You desire and you deserve it, and you should be able to have it. So if you'd like to do a session with me, in the description box I'll have my email, so you can email me. We'll set up a session. I do one-on-one sessions, as well as I do group events, weekend retreats, and things like that, if you're interested. You can be put on the mailing list for that stuff. Also, I want to bring to your attention, in my description box, I have a link for my fundraising page. It is a fundraising page for Operation Underground Railroad, which is an organization that rescues children from human trafficking. I have adopted Operation Underground Railroad as my charity of choice. It is my mission over the course of my life moving forward as I build this YouTube channel to raise $1 million for Operation Underground Railroad to rescue these children from human trafficking. So if you feel in any way moved to donate to my fundraising page, I would love that. Like I said, every penny goes directly to them. It's a fundraising page, and let's try to heal this together, because we all rise together. So I hope you found value in this video. If you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload new videos, because I'm constantly updating my content. And I look forward to taking this journey with you. Have a beautiful day. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.